Hi everyone, welcome to my video today. Sorry I haven't filmed a video in a while. I don't know if I told you in my last video, my vlogging camera, my grandnephew accidentally spilled the drink all over it, so it's broken, so hopefully it can get fixed. And so I hope the quality is good. I'm sorry, when I did the mukbang, I didn't check that if the lighting was right, and I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. But I was by my table and the lights weren't close enough, and it was way too dark, so then I tried to fix the lighting after I filmed it, and it made it bad quality, so I'm sorry about that. So, anyways, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I was just thinking, I'm like, and this is just kind of like a far off thought. I'm like, I wonder if I have autism, because I read things about different things and I forget the information somewhere in my brain, somewhere there. So if you don't know, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and my doctor now thinks it's schizoaffective, which is a combination of schizophrenia and bipolar. I just decided to look some stuff up, and a lot of things, not as much because in schizophrenia there's positive symptoms, which means they're not positive, but positive means it's adding to the hallucinations and delusions, and then negative symptoms and cognitive symptoms are a lot like that in autism. So the difference really is autism, you get, after reading this, it comes on earlier in life, like when you're a little kid, and then schizophrenia usually starts in your 20s or late teens or 20s. I think most common is in the 20s. That's when people get it. I got it when I was 22. Because I was just thinking, I forget about, I have a hard time. I don't have any close friends. It's hard for me to have a relationship. I've tried to make friends and it just doesn't work. I have an online friend that I've never met in person, but I don't have, and the closest person I am is to my mom, and it's she's my mom, so we do stuff together. But I always fail when I try to make friends, and it's hard for me. So, and that's social part, which is part of autism. Is not that I have that, but and schizophrenia as well is a social part, and it's hard to socialize and make friends. And one thing I was reading here is patience. I was reading this whole thing about how autism and schizophrenia are similar, with the negative symptoms and cognitive. It says patients experience subtle difficulty communicating because of not being able to organize their thoughts to precisely express their ideas. I definitely have that. I get that a lot, and it's just, I get I don't know. So this was brought to my attention more recently because a new family member, well, they're not married into the family yet, but a part of the family. I don't want to give it away if this person watched my video, but I was excited. I'm because this person was really friendly to me, and I'm yes, I can finally have a friend, so this will be great. So I tried to be friendly back, and then I just realized that now when I'm around this person, I just get uncomfortable, and I don't know what to say, and I'm scared to initiate doing anything, and I just get uncomfortable, and I don't know what to say or how to speak, and so that just reminded me about, that's the whole reason I have problems. Part of the reason I have problems making relationships, and so I don't know how this one if it'll work out in any further away because I seem to have problems with that. So just like with the organizing thoughts things, like I can notice that that it's hard to organize my thoughts is like when I try to share something in church and then people think I'm just weird or something because I can't get out what I'm saying, like it's kind of jumbled. It's not that I'm stupid, like I'm aware, it's just like I can't organize my thoughts properly to try to get out what I'm trying to say. I think it's just harder for me to express like my thoughts, and really, because I know like a lot of people are really good at that. But, so hopefully I can form a relationship with this person that's new to the family. I don't go to activities as much with my church recently. I just I don't know, I just don't like to as much, but I was gonna go to a New Year's Eve party, but I didn't have anyone to go with, and so I felt I would just like feel really stupid going by myself, so I didn't go to a New Year's Eve party. But let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of similarities between the negative and cognitive symptoms of schizophrenia and autism. I think I pointed out I think I said that in my schizophrenia video I made like 4 or 5 years ago, that there's a connection between the two, and it like has to do with like some like empty replies and not, which I do a lot when I have conversations with people. I don't like answer with long. I'm not very good at answering with a long response. Like just saying like vagueness, and that's kind of like me when I talk to people. So this is the conclusion of what I was reading about the similarities and differences between schizophrenia and autism. So social cognition, which I have a problem with, is underdeveloped in autistic spectrum conditions and hyperdeveloped in psychotic conditions. So I think that just means it develops after you get, could be wrong, after you get the psychotic condition, schizophrenia. But I believe what I've read, that it starts like a few years before the actual full-blown schizophrenia starts with the psychosis. And I know, like when I went to my last treatment center, I went when I was 17 to Avalon Hills in Utah, and I turned 18 there. This was before, because my schizophrenia, full-blown schizophrenia started when I was 22. Around the time I had a lot of problems talking to people, being able to talk to people, and what was I gonna say? When I went to when I got the intake or whatever for Avalon Hills for the Eating Disorder Treatment Center, they said they thought I was like mentally retarded. Hope that's okay to use because I'm not using it in a derogatory way. Because like I can talk very well. I have like both autism and schizophrenia, but I don't know as much, like I remember as much when I was younger how I was socially. I know I had friends like in first grade, maybe it was like first grade, but then like after that I just got bullied a lot, and I didn't really have any friends because I got bullied all the time. And then I made some friends when I was like 11 to 13, I don't remember the exact age, but they weren't like that good of friends. They made fun of me and were mean to me, even though they were my friends. So, oh, this is one thing that I'm like, I wonder if this is part of, let me make sure that's still recording, part of the thing that says, it says the patients with schizophrenia and autism, Asperger's syndrome, have problems reading other people's minds, empathizing with other people. I think actually I can be empathetic, and recognizing other people's emotions and intentions. For that with my whole thing with Colleen, I always think she's like has bad intentions, and that's why I get upset. But I'm trying to stay off of Twitter because that's what was causing my upsetness, Twitter. So I've been trying, even though I've been on it the last couple days, I've been trying to stay more off Twitter to get less upset about things about Colleen. These lead to problems in interpersonal communications, misunderstandings, and misinterpretations of other people's behaviors, and disrupted emotional interchanges. Patients with schizophrenia show consistent impairments on tests of social cue perception. They have, in particular, more difficulty discerning other individuals' goals and intentions than what they are wearing or saying. This overlaps with autism, Asperger's syndrome. So I think they don't have, like, Asperger's syndrome isn't like called that anymore. Like, all of it is on the autism spectrum now. Of what I read before, people with schizophrenia often have, this is a different thing, different article. People with schizophrenia often have problems relating to or socializing with others. So one thing about it says about the negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Negative symptoms reflect the absence of traits and abilities that other people have. These activities include lack of interest in activities, a flat emotional affect. I had that. I'm on medication now, so I'm doing really good with the hallucination and delusions, but medication is not as good at all. Antipsychotic medication isn't as good as all. As good as for the negative symptoms and cognitive symptoms, I believe, of schizophrenia, but it does a good job of the positive symptoms like hallucinations and delusions. So, what was it? Negative symptoms reflect the absence of traits and abilities that other people have. These include lack of interest, a flat emotional affect. When I was reading my papers from the doctors from when I stayed in the hospital for my schizophrenia, they said I had flat emotional affect. Indifference about relationships, and inability to complete tasks. Duckworth says low motivation, a negative symptom, may be a factor in social deficits. Some people are simply not motivated to interact with others. That would be me right now. Obviously, when you're active with your schizophrenia, with the hallucinations and delusions, that affects your social ability, interferes with that. But I'm doing well with that. Cognitive symptoms are related to thinking, memory, and decision-making processes. Some people have difficulty organizing their thinking. That's what I have a problem with. Duckworth says, and this can affect how they express themselves in social situations. It says people with schizophrenia tend to avoid social situations. For a while, I was going to a lot of church things and friendship things, but I just wasn't able to make friends for some reason. I don't know. I can just hope in the next life it'll be different. I feel like if I really found someone like a significant other to get married, that could work out. If I did, it's obviously not working out right now because I'm almost 31 and not married, but I feel that might work out better than trying to make a friend. It can be hard to decide if and when to bring up your disorder in a new relationship or friendship. The way schizophrenia works, it's not the kind of thing that you can hide, Harvey says. Even when treatment is working well, you have communication problems or other symptoms that would be noticeable to someone you are dating. Yeah, I don't know, like, if people notice my communication problems. Probably. Mentally ill are possibly the most alienated members of society. Research suggests that social isolation, limited social interaction with other children, i.e., that was in parentheses, limited social interaction with other children. Okay, so this is probably really long. I don't even know if this video was, like, good or... Yeah, I like to read about schizophrenia a lot. And then I just read, I thought it was interesting how autism and schizophrenia have a lot of the same symptoms. So, anyways, thank you for watching my video today, and thank you all who subscribe and watch my videos. I love you all, And thank you all that post kind comments and like my videos and are subscribed. And I hope you have a good rest of the day or night or whenever you watch this. Okay, love you all. God bless.